All right, guys, here we go. No John, no Tony. Well, never any Tony. No John tonight. Guess he's not feeling it after the loss. Tony's never feeling it, even though he probably feels like he was right for once in his life. Rough game for the Knights tonight. Knights go down 4-0. Never really in the game. Had a couple of chances, maybe really early on in the game, first couple of minutes of the first period. But other than that, never really in it. Jones was amazing. He did have some phenomenal saves in the game for San Jose, but even still, the scoring chances were, I don't want to say few and far between, but just too little too late, I guess you could say. They didn't get any real good push in that first period. That goal late for San Jose, I think, broke their back. I mean, I don't think they recovered from that, to be honest. 5 seconds to go, and you let a guy go from one end of the ice to the other, and don't do anything to get the puck out of his or off of his stick, and I mean, that was it. Fleury had no shot there. I mean, a lot of people were calling soft goal. Even John said that might have been a soft goal, but really, Fleury never saw that shot. He was screened by both of his defenders. The shot went between, who was it, Merrill's legs or whoever was back, Carrier, and just bad. I mean, that did him in right there. 5 seconds to go, and you give up a second goal to go down 2-0 in a game that you're struggling to stay in anyways. So just a bad night overall. Second period, you come out, nothing going on the power play. Couple chances, but nothing too serious, and then you give up another goal. San Jose, just guys running around all night by themselves, it seemed like. Behind the net, coming through the neutral zone, in the offensive zone, just way too much open ice, too many easy chances for them. Yeah, Scott, I didn't play hockey. What do I know, right? I didn't play football, and I was never a GM, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But just too much open ice for San Jose tonight. Way too many easy chances. They got around the back of the net way too easily. I don't know how many times I heard power move from the commentators there on the network tonight. Just a lot of wraparound chances, and I mean, Fleury just left alone too often this evening. Where do you go from here, right? Third period. They had their chances in the third period to at least get on the board, but again, Jones was phenomenal this evening, and just nothing you can do about that. Knights shot over 30, I think they had 34 goals, or 34 shots on net tonight, so it's not like they didn't have chances. They just came late. Maybe no legs, Scott, I don't know. They just, they weren't into the game tonight, it didn't seem like. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is it's a rough game. It's a bad loss. It's an ugly loss. But you went to San Jose needing a split. You came out of San Jose with the split, and you're heading back to Vegas. Tied 2-2, best of 3 series now, and you get 2 of 3 games in T-Mobile. So hold serve on home ice, and you're fine. Be nice if they can get this win on Friday night and go back to San Jose with a chance to close it out. Vegas needs to get back to what they do best, and that's be aggressive on the forecheck and get after these guys. They're not creating anything as far as turnovers are concerned. They're just not getting after the puck. They're getting beat to spots. They got out of their game a little bit late with Carrier getting that penalty. They need to be smart, be aggressive, but be smart is the thing. Maybe San Jose getting into their heads a little bit with their aggressive play and getting after them too much. But you come back home on Friday night. We all know what T-Mobile's like. It's going to be crazy out there. You're going to have 18,005 going nuts, and I expect the Knights to feed off of that and get back into this series. A lot of talk about them being outplayed. All these games they've been outplayed. I don't know that that's necessarily true. The second game, they played more their style of hockey. They just let the game get away from them late, and then unfortunately, with the overturned goal in the first period or in the first overtime, they lost it in the second overtime, and there's not much you can do about that. The third game, not quite as clean overall, but they still came away with the win. So what does that say? The Knights aren't playing their best hockey, and they're still able to compete. Tonight was just a bad game from top to bottom. Yeah, exactly, Tiffany. Jones was ridiculous tonight. They weren't gonna beat him tonight, no matter what. At least it didn't seem that way. And we've seen Fleury play that way a few times, where as good as the other team is offensively, as many chances as they have offensively, just not going to get it by them. And there was a lot of that tonight. But again, they haven't been playing that well in the last couple of games. They still earned the split. So coming back home to Vegas, get back to playing Golden Knights hockey, get back to the forecheck, get back to those breakouts. Don't let them muddy it up in the neutral zone. That's a lot of what San Jose is doing. Vegas is getting into the neutral zone. They have nothing there, and they're basically just flicking it into the zone. San Jose is covering the puck and dumping it right out, and you have no offense. That's a lot of what we saw tonight. Fleury wasn't bad tonight. I mean, that first goal, that should have been a penalty, let's be honest. Interference, hooking, whatever you want to call it, against Alex Tuch, that should have been there. The Sharks, I don't know, they're coached by Bill Belichick. They run more pick plays than the Patriots do, and they seem to get away with it more often than not. That first goal should have never happened. That should have been a penalty without question. Again, the second goal is just lazy defense by the Knights, and Fleury had no chance not seeing the puck come off the stick. And after that, it was that was a wrap. I don't think the Knights ever had a chance of getting back into the game the way that the Sharks were playing defensively and the way that Jones was playing in net. So, it's a rough one. Series is tied 2-2. Tony still says Sharks in 7. We still say Knights in 6. So, still alive. Go back to T-Mobile on Friday night, get the win there, and then head to San Jose and close this thing out. I don't want to see a Game 7, so long as the Knights win Game 5. I'd like to see them close it in 6, but can you imagine what a Game 7 will be like at T-Mobile? I mean, every step forward this team takes in the playoffs, every time they advance, it seems to get a little more crazy and a little more crazy. And we all know that Game 7s are probably the best things in all of sports, whether it's basketball, hockey, baseball. Game 7s are everything, and to have one back at T-Mobile would be pretty special, but I'd rather see them close it in 6 and just be done with it. So, pretty quick one tonight. Just wanted to recap a little bit. Sky's not falling, everybody. Relax. It does suck that they lost. I was pretty pissed off there for a minute, but it's tied 2-2, home ice advantage. If it goes 7, you get 2 at T-Mobile. You just have to hold serve at home, and that's that. So hopefully they can get back on track, get back in front of the home fans. Maybe that'll energize them a little bit. I'd like to see Lucas Spiza maybe get into the lineup. There's been talk of him possibly replacing Merrill. I thought it was going to happen tonight, and it didn't. I'd like to see Carpenter back in the lineup because I don't think they got anything out of Tatar in these 2 games. They call him Tuna. I guess Tatar works. But wide open net today, and he had nothing. Again, Jones was awesome. Hard to fault him for that, but just I don't think he's giving them much offensively, and I think Carpenter's a better option. Plus, he's been there longer. He's skated with these guys longer. He's more familiar with them. I think he gives you a little more consistency in that third line. Third and fourth line need to get going big time. The Sharks' fourth line tonight was phenomenal. We need the Knights lines to step up there on the bottom 6. So that's about it, guys. Heading back to Vegas Friday night, Game 5, all tied up at 2. We're going to be with you tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, maybe 7:30. I'm not sure what John's schedule looks like tomorrow, but Sports Adrenaline Las Vegas, Facebook Live. We'll have, again, a huge recap from this game. I'm sure we'll have to listen to Tony gloat for at least an hour and talk over us and tell us how Sharks are going to win in 7 and face off, and whatever else he's got for us. But that's about it, guys. We'll see you tomorrow night, Sports Adrenaline Las Vegas, 7 o'clock. Be there.